You've probably heard the quote, life is about the journey, not the destination. And then you wonder like, oh yeah, like journeys are cool. Destination, like nah. But for real, like the journey, not the destination, like makes a lot of sense. And I've been thinking about it a lot recently and I wanted to make a video about it. So let's say, maybe you're my cousin. Okay, let's just take Rajesh Patel for example, okay? Rajesh Patel wants to be a doctor, all right? His parents have been telling him since he was out the womb, you gotta be a doctor, or you got to be a doctor. I'm not gonna do any accent. But he was just like, oh my God, I gotta be a doctor. And obviously his parents, their intention in telling him to be a doctor was, if he's a doctor, he's gonna make a lot of money. And he's gonna have the status too of being a doctor. In Indian society, they love that shit. So Rajesh Patel growing up, he decided that he was gonna be a doctor. And he kept chasing that. And in his head, he's just thinking about being a doctor, you know, the fame, the power. Actually, that is not what being a doctor is. That is something else. And he's thinking about the money, the status, like being a doctor, especially to Indians, is literally the greatest thing ever. And people love to hear that. And when he's thinking about it, he's just thinking about that. He's not thinking about what a doctor actually does, which is, like being in a hospital, going room to room, seeing patients, doing surgery, all those different things. And obviously you can tell that, like, I'm not trying to be a doctor. Like, that was like the most like 5th grade description of what being a doctor is. But Rajesh Patel knows what he's gonna do. So he's just thinking about that. He's not thinking about the daily basis of what he's going to do. So what do you think is going to happen after he does his 10 years of education and then he goes in and he's finally in the hospital? He works so hard for that final goal. He's there. He's a doctor. And, maybe by some miraculous luck, he just happens to also love being a doctor, doing that patient thing, like going to everyone, doing that thing. But I feel like for the majority of us, that is just not going to happen. No one's just going to be able to stumble upon like a career that they're doing and they just happen to also be interested in it. Like, I think it's so hard to just find something you're interested in the first place. Like, I am struggling. And so I believe the journey versus the destination means that the process of whatever career that you're going into or whatever future you want to hold for yourself is the most important thing. Because for me personally, I've always dreamed of being a YouTuber since I was born. I've always just been imagining that. And I think that low-key it might be for the fame, the power, the money, and not for the actual process of making videos, filming, editing, acting, doing all those different things. But I still, even now, like, I want it. I want to do that, but I think the approach that I want to take towards it has to be different. It can't just be me, just chasing that final destination, chasing that, I want to be a YouTuber, I want to be a YouTuber. It has to be chasing the process, chasing and designing what process I want for myself. And what that means is things that interest me. Things that interest me, I think, will create that sort of fulfillment, that sort of happiness I'll get within the actual process of getting towards that goal of being a YouTuber. And I think for the past 5 years, I've just been thinking about that end goal, thinking about, I need to be a YouTuber, I want to be a YouTuber, oh my God, and just not like really designing the process whatsoever. I was just doing whatever I thought could possibly get me towards that end goal. But while doing that, I realized, just looking at myself, maybe if I had a better work ethic, I could probably like get past this, but I wasn't enjoying anything of what I was doing. I wasn't enjoying it in the slightest. Like, maybe I felt a little bit accomplished, doing something and posting a video, let's say on my TikTok, and then seeing the numbers go up, see that video get like hundreds of thousands of views, that looked good to me. And so like, I would still keep doing it, but I stopped making TikToks. So why would I stop making TikToks if that's towards my goal and the numbers are going up and I'm doing well in it and I see the potential in myself of doing it? The answer is that I wasn't enjoying the things that I was making. I wasn't enjoying the process of getting towards the goal. So it just like spoke to me, and just me like looking at myself and looking at my past and how I was working towards a goal. It makes a lot of sense to be chasing the journey, not the destination. It's not to just say it's the journey, not the destination. Like, you have to be more specific about that. It's to like prioritize the journey, to really cultivate the journey towards what is most important, what interests you, what you really want to do. And then the destination can be whatever that leads to. And even if you have a destination in mind, make sure the path that you're going in order to get to that destination really is going to like interest you and really going to bring you happiness. And so that's what I was thinking about now. And so what is interesting me right now, you're probably asking after hearing that spiel, and that's these types of topics, which is like a whole like loop and matrix of like what this video even is about. But like this topic interests me, of thinking about from like a kind of third person perspective, looking at like life, about looking at like the destination being at this point and the process of everything you're doing, like being all the steps that lead up to it. Like that interests me right now enough to make a video about it. So by making this video, I'm on that road, I'm on that steps it's going to take for me to reach that end goal of being a YouTuber. So I think I just broke the system. But yeah, so that's what I have to say about this topic, and I have many more of these ideas of these little topics that I want to talk about. So that's it for today.